Okay, so this is exercise 4.6, okay, and this is on our arithmetic series, okay. So what we get is verifying a sequence is arithmetic. Remember, arithmetic series are series that go up in a regular pattern, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, okay. So we must show the following, that Tn minus Tn minus 1 is a constant, okay. So what we get here is so basically the constant gap being 3 between this series here, okay. So that's an example of a constant. Now what we have to prove is that Tn minus 1 is a constant for it to be an arithmetic series. If it's not an arithmetic series, then Tn minus 1 is not constant, or we can show that the differences between any two consecutive pairs of terms are not the same, okay. So we can show that T2 minus T1 is not the same as T3 minus T2. But we're going to go with the general one, okay? So show that the sequence is arithmetic, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to do number 12, okay, and we might do number 5. So let's start with number 5. Tn is 2n, okay, and remember what we have to get there, we have to get Tn minus 1 now, okay? So Tn minus 1. Okay, so Tn minus 1. The T of n minus 1 means replace n with n minus 1. So it's going to be 2 times n minus 1, which is 2n minus 2. Now we're going to get Tn minus 1. And what we're going to get there is going to be 2n minus bracket 2n minus 2. And the answer is 2. 2 is constant. So that means that it's an arithmetic series. Okay. Now we go down to number 12. So we've done 5. Now we're going to do number 12. Now number 12, Tn is 4 minus 3n. So we're going to go Tn minus 1. It's going to be 4 minus 3 times n minus 1, which is 4 minus 3n plus 3, which is 1 minus 3n. Now we're going to do Tn minus 1, and we get is 4 minus 3n minus 1 minus 3n. Then we're going to get 4 minus 3n minus 1 plus 3n. 3n's cancel. 4 minus 1 equals 3. 3 once again is a constant. So therefore it's an arithmetic series. So what we're going to do next is we're going to do question 15, and then followed that by 18. Okay, so 15 and 18. Now, in question 15, what we have to do is show that the sequence is not arithmetic. So we're basically going to show that Tn minus 1 is not equal to a constant. Okay? So for example, T of n minus 1 is basically going to be replace this n with n minus 1, so it's going to be n minus 1 squared minus 3 bracket n minus 1. That's going to be n squared minus 2n plus 1 minus 3n plus 3. Then we're going to get n squared minus 5n plus 4. Okay, so that's T of n minus 1. Now, what we need to get is Tn minus T of n minus 1. Okay, so what we're going to get here is n squared minus 3n. Take away T of n minus 1, which is n squared minus 5n plus 4. And then the n squares cancel. And it's going to become 5n plus 5n minus 4, and then it's going to be 2n, because minus 3n plus 5n, 2n minus 4. Now we can see that this here is a variable. Okay? Now what I mean by a variable is that Tn minus 1 is 2n minus 4. So an example would be, if it's T3 minus T2, this means n equals 3. So the difference between term 3 and term 2 is going to be 6 minus 4, which equals 2. The difference between term 10 and term 9 is going to be 2 times 10 minus 4, which is 16. So we can see that the gap between successive terms is now a variable. Okay, hence the presence of the letter n in the answer. Okay, now that's done. What we're going to be doing next is we're going to be doing question 18. Okay, now in question 18, what we're going to have is t of n minus 1. It's going to be n minus 1 squared minus 4 times n minus 1 plus 3. We're going to get n squared minus 2n plus 1 minus 4n plus 4 plus 3. Then we're going to get n squared, and that's going to be minus 6n. Then we're going to have plus 8. Next we have to prove that tn minus t of n minus 1 is not a constant. So what we're going to get is n squared minus 4n plus 3 minus bracket n squared minus 6n plus 8. Then the n squares cancel, that becomes plus 6n minus 8. Then we're going to get 2n minus 5. And once again, this here is a variable, has a variable n, and that means it's not a constant, so therefore it's not an arithmetic series. I verified that it's not arithmetic. Okay, so that's 2, 5, 12, 15, 18.